Welcome back to Dice Pixels. We're here with episode 48. We're going to be talking about Diablo 4 and just a bunch of other stuff.
Shut up. I'm trying to play.
Timestamps will actually be below this week because I won't be lazy. Maybe. Let's get into it. So you've been playing Diablo 4.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got on Xbox Series X. The server went live for me at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So I logged in. I actually logged in a little bit sooner because I turned on the app like 3 minutes before 7 and got in. And I was actually surprised that the queue times were incredibly short. I managed to get in less than a minute and then log in less than a minute and then get into the game in less than a minute. Character creation, skip the cutscene because it would have been the third freaking time that I've seen it.
But you did heavily debate playing as Adrian, though.
I did.
Oh.
I was good. Yeah, I almost made a big burly druid because you look like a druid, bruh. So
you know, it's funny because when the person dropped that comment on the video, we were all initially like, what? And then we saw the Diablo 4 character screen. It's like, oh, yeah. Especially right then, I actually kind of did look like the druid.
Yeah,
nice burly beard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up just sticking with my guns, and I created my third necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, because the first two didn't count.
Yeah, they wiped all the characters.
Yeah, so I really wanted to make this necromancer look like he could do backup vocals for Avenged Sevenfold. So yeah,
you did think of skinny Kratos for a while.
Yeah,
too.
I did. I was gonna go with skinny Kratos as well, but just backup Avenged Sevenfold vocalist kind of stuck a little bit more.
I dig it.
So yeah, it's more like I said. You played through the first part of this in the demo in both betas, so I just kind of made my way through. I got to the first major settlement, Kjolvashad, and did a bit of backtracking, and I didn't have any issues. There was a few things that kind of annoyed me with the whole being online and all that crap, with like killing a bunch of enemies and then like 3 seconds later they just all respawned, and that kind of annoyed me. But it's Diablo. It to me it plays and controls like 3, but a lot of the aspects from 2 are kind of showing their face as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it holds very true to the promise. The basically high level, the promise from Blizzard was we're going to make Diablo, we're going to do a new Diablo that's going to be a lot like 3, but with the elements that people liked from 2. And I think they did that. I think it's true to form. I still don't think it's an open world game. I mean, I know it is, but like I said in the video that I made a while back, 75% of the world you can't even go near. Like it's very corridored and like linear pathing, which is fine.
It's kind of the same as 3 and I assume 2.
No, 3 and 2 had randomly generated maps.
Some of the
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but like
the overworld,
yeah. But in this because the first overworld, the Fractured Peaks, it's always the same map.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but in Diablo 2 and 3, like every time you joined in, it was a random map.
Some of it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and placements and everything changed and everything.
Yeah.
It is open world. It ticks the boxes of open world. The way I look at it is it's basically the bare minimum of what you can do and still call yourself an open world game. Yes, you can do quests out of order. Yes, you can go to other places before you should.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, we get the crappy level, crappy enemy scaling, which they haven't done anything about from what I saw.
Yeah, that was one thing I noticed too, playing apart from the nerfs to the Necromancer class. I also felt that a lot of think the enemies got a buff, like just overall.
Yeah, you were mentioning that, and I'm not sure. I've heard the same thing, but I've also heard people saying that they actually don't think it's that they think it's just that the equipment overall you're getting less upgrades. Who knows? It could be both. I don't know, but they did. There is less. The drop rate is lower. Like it was stupid in the demo.
So, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't. I've got some pretty decent equipment. I'm up to level 10 now. I had to shut it down because I have a day job. And then I have this to do tonight. So I'm going to be playing the hell out of it over the weekend, and we'll see how it goes from there. But yeah, I was noticing there was a few times where I would get something and then something else would drop like a few minutes later, and I would check it and it would bring my power up. Like the power would just increase by 1 rather than like a grand, like, you know, it's like you're from level 7 to 8. It's like, okay, well now you can do plus like 32 damage or something.
Well, so the number of, like, even the number of legendaries in the beta, I think the yellow and legendary drops were both like 1,000% increase on the beta or something like that. I remember seeing numbers. I don't think they ever said specific numbers, but I remember players talking about numbers. Like I got legendaries before I even hit level 10 in the beta. Yeah. So, and legendaries, not legendary. So you can imagine that that's going to significantly change the balance of power.
Yeah.
They may have also made the enemies harder. It's hard to say. I've seen people talking about both. Regardless, the game is harder now. Like there's no question about that.
Yeah. And that's not a bad thing. I'm not knocking that.
No. I kind of am a little.
I have one gripe I don't like is, and I've been on this rant about it with other games like Destiny and The Division, is when boss bars have that point in their bar where it stops and then something happens, you know, like I hate that crap.
Yep.
Like if you start again, if you play like a new game plus or whatever, and you're taking your character back through to get like, I don't know, Paragon levels or whatever, you doing the same thing, you should be able to just fucking steamroll like that boss.
Yeah. Well, like we've talked about this before, and I think we agreed. So the way that I would do this, and the way that I think you guys were on board with this too, the way that this sort of should be done is like, it's fine to have a staged boss fight where it's like the damage slows down at a certain point and gives them the opportunity, but like slow it down by a factor of like 10. And then if you're dealing 100,000 damage to the fucker, it's still going to die in 2 seconds. If you're a little more powerful than it, it's still going to get its little like staging and whatever. Yeah. But if you're going to steamroll it, you're still going to steamroll it. And it doesn't stop you. Because, like we talked about the spider in Diablo 3, where it just leaves the screen. Yeah. It's like, and Magda, I think, did the same. Well, Magda did. And then there was also, it might have been Magda again in the...
No, I think it was
in the tower, the torment.
No,
tower.
It wasn't Asmodan. It was the woman. I can't think of her name. No, it wasn't Magda.
Belial?
Wasn't Belial. It was, I can't remember her name.
Did Belial do it up on the little?
No, Belial was like the big. He was the kid that turned into the big boss that was kind of behind, like you were running around him.
Yeah, it did a stage.
It did, yeah. But the one in the tower is the woman that you meet before you fight Asmodan.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
Anyways, there were several bosses, and they all going back through.
Sadia?
Yeah, Seda or whatever it is. Yeah, super fucking annoying. Yeah, we all hate that. But there are simple ways to do it properly. So I don't know why game devs insist on being annoying about it. That's dumb.
But I mean, apart from that, I'll probably have a good time with it. It's Diablo. I mean, this is your vanilla Diablo 4 right here. So, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of quality of life upgrades coming down the pipeline that's going to improve this, because we all know Diablo 3 was pretty rough when it first launched.
Yeah, well, that brings up two things. So on the it'll get better front, we'll talk about this more in a second, but the people giving it a 10 out of 10 rating, like,
no.
First of all, no, not even close. And second of all, so what's it going to be in 6 months when it's way better? Is that going to make it a 12 out of 10? Like, come on.
Yeah.
It'll be like Spinal Tap and it goes up to 11.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, we had to break our rating scale. It got so good. But actually the difficulty I actually do have a bit of a problem with, because I said this, this was my fundamental and is my fundamental problem with the overworld enemies scaling up to your level. It just makes it a fucking slog.
You never have that sense of power.
Well, you never have that sense of power, and it never lets you, like, you can't go back to a place that you've already been, and there's nothing left for you to, like, discover. You might just need to run back to do the second part of a quest. And it's like, I've already been here. I'm more powerful now. This should be an absolute fucking cakewalk. And instead, you're still slogging through the shit.
Mm.
It's like, that's not rewarding.
No.
That is
No,
the
I agree.
exact antithesis of fucking rewarding. That's terrible. So I actually do have a problem with both the overworld, not the dungeon. You go into any dungeon, level those monsters up, go for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the overworld, don't like that.
No, I agree there. I didn't like in the demo though, or whatever you want to call it, the beta. I didn't like how easy it was, because it was just too face rolly, and I didn't enjoy it. Like, I didn't feel challenging. I think you do need, like, it's rewarding to feel powerful as hell later in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, there's two things. So the beta was too easy overall.
Yes.
Yeah, even if you selected the harder difficulty.
Yeah, like it was just too, and I think that's because the loot was dropping like candy. In addition to that, there's a difference. Like, I think there should be a difference in difficulty between the dungeons and the overworld.
I would agree.
And the reason for that is just because, like, at the end of the day, we all know goddamn well that the end game in Diablo 4 is not going to be in the fucking overworld.
No.
So why are you making it such a slog when nobody cares?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't jump into Diablo 3 and go exploring the world. I might run for a specific key or a fragment that I need to make a key of torment or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't spend time in the overworld for fun. I open rifts and go rifting. Like, so why would you intentionally make the overworld more difficult when that's almost guaranteed that is not going to be part of the end game?
So I almost feel like the overworld should be, like, they should all be level capped, right? So I mean, with the fractured peaks, let's
cap it at 10, 15, whatever,
or 1 to something,
whatever it is.
Yeah. You know,
and then like have it scale up to a point, fine, and then stop. Yeah, I'd be fine with that.
Or even have, like, I know they have, like, all these random public events and stuff that happen out there. It's like, okay, fine.
Well, those can be high level.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Like, they can be scaled up to you, whatever. Because if you go in there and there's a few other people that are in the same instance, like, okay, sure, like, obviously you're gonna try and you're gonna steamroll this.
I mean, like, the world events in WoW, like the world dragons and stuff, their level was completely inconsequential. Like, it wasn't related to the level of their surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
They were bosses in the world. Like, there's no reason they couldn't do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I know that the idea is that they want you to be able to go to any of the acts, so to speak, at any time. Like, that's the open world, and that's fine. But at the same time, it just means that no matter what order you do things in, no matter like it's always going to be a slog. And I'm like, especially in a game that you're expecting me, that they said they're expecting you to have to level up multiple characters because of the Paragon system and everything. Why are you making it a slog?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be super easy after the first full playthrough. I don't know. Who knows? But I mean,
well, and I know as you collect these the Towers of Lilith, they give you stat bonuses and stuff that carries over into multiple characters.
Yeah, and that may be the answer.
Yeah. So,
but as it stands, it seems like a dumb thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't support it as it stands. But I also haven't. I have not actually. I did sign in briefly just to check a couple of things. You said you didn't notice the lag with
Yeah, I didn't notice
with the
anything, no.
town stuff. I was still noticing some instancing lag. It's not a deal breaker, but it's unnecessary.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, it's Diablo 4. It'll be fun. We'll play the shit out of it.
Yep.
I'm mostly waiting for couch co-op, and I haven't
Mhm.
really had the chance to play with people yet.
Yeah.
And-
Because Diablo as a solo game is not my thing.
Yeah, and
No.
reading an article about that, apparently there's an issue with that as well.
Yeah,
So I've seen a few websites offering some workarounds on how to play couch co-op with Diablo 4. But
Yeah.
I mean, you'd figure this would be a feature that would be
Working.
Yeah, you'd think. I will say though, credit where due. Of all of the recent Blizzard launches, I think this one probably looks like it's been the smoothest.
Yeah.
well, and
I-
it's not even like an actual full launch. This is just the early access.
So that's the caveat. By the time you see this, it might actually be the full launch, and then I might be eating my words. But
Yeah.
so
Well, that's
far,
that's June 6th.
yeah.
So
But
oh,
that's
yeah,
before the next podcast, though.
Tuesday, next
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah.
So who knows when it goes full public? Who all bets are? It may still destroy the servers. I don't know.
If I try to log in to start my next character and I can't.
Yeah. So they may still sort of shit the bed, but so far,
Yeah.
there are bugs, but it's been fairly smooth. I was actually expecting a huge like hate storm on Twitter, and there are people who are saying like I can't get in, but those seem to be pretty isolated instances.
And even the crossplay, that's going to be huge. Like being able to play,
Yeah.
like with me, like I said, I bought it on Xbox
Yeah.
because we all
have
have it on Xbox. So that's what
Mhm.
I got it on Xbox.
Yeah.
But I got my friends in my Forever Gaming clan that are either on PS5 or PC.
Yeah, my buddy
So-
Jack's on PC.
Yeah. So
Um,
it'll be nice it'll be nice, and hopefully it works. Like, because I'm thinking
Yeah.
the crossplay kind of sounds a lot like what Bungie did with Destiny, where whatever character you created. So like my rocked out necromancer, I could, if I bought it on PS5, I can play it on PS5 and vice versa or whatever.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, it's full cross. There's
Yep.
no reason for it not to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it is an MMO, whether they're calling it that or not.
Mhm.
It is an MMO. There's no reason for them not to offer it. I mean, for the annoyances and the bugs that are inevitable for having it always online, the least they can do is make the fucking characters work.
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
it's going to be great. Like, I mean, it's going to be great in that I will play the shit out of it. I will play hundreds of hours of it, but I'm just not excited about it. Like, I'm looking forward to doing like an extended session of couch co-op with
Mhm.
you guys. Like,
Yeah.
we got the triple monitor set up. We're
Yeah.
gonna have a great gaming space here. It's gonna be fun.
Maybe
We'll probably stream it. Yeah, I mean, I figure we will.
Yeah.
So like, when I'm kind of crapping on the game, I'm only doing that to an extent. Like, I'm still gonna play the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we all played the beta.
Yeah.
I played the server slam just to see,
I
it's-
logged in, but I didn't
yeah,
really
it
do
is
much.
the same shit, right? But and we all had, I mean, there's episodes back there. You can go back and check, previous episodes where we've talked about it. We've talked about our issues with it.
Yeah.
There's been video series that we've done, we're top 5 reasons and all this stuff. I actually got really excited for it. Probably was it Monday or Tuesday, where
Yep.
I looked at the icon and I was just like, I really want to play Diablo 4, and I started getting kind of giddy for it,
Yeah, I think I'll so some sort of background on why I think I haven't gotten excited about it yet is I had been tempering my expectations big time because
Yep.
I don't actually have to be at work most days these days. So like I can hour shift and everything else. So I actually have the ability to log in whenever it goes live. And I was like, historically, if I anticipate that I'm going to jump in when it goes live, I'm going to be just pissed off and annoyed because it won't work. So I was kind of downplaying it to myself. And I'm like, well, I'm not even going to bother playing it when it goes live because I won't be able to.
Mhm.
Turns out, for the first time ever, I might have actually been able to.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, I'm going to be away for a couple days, which I actually might. I think I'm going to take the S with me, because it turns out I'm going to the in-laws, and they apparently now have Starlink.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
I want to do some gaming of some sort on it to
Yeah.
report back. I mean, lots of people have said Starlink works great for gaming, but I want some firsthand experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I might actually be able to play the damn game there. So I
Yeah.
think I'm going to take the S with me and have it stretch its legs on some Diablo.
Yeah. Shush.
So I am looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also, again, I'm sort of tempering my
Yeah.
expectations because, like, who knows if I get there and, like, they haven't got it set up right, or who knows, and I won't be able to play. And so, but next week I'm going to play a bunch of it. And when we can get a full couch co-op going, like next Wednesday, if you guys end up being up for streaming and everything, I figure that's probably what we'll do.
Mm.
Would make sense.
And, well, assuming it doesn't collapse under the public launch, which who knows. So I am excited, but I've been deliberately keeping myself not excited because it's just like every time I got excited about a Blizzard launch,
Mm-hmm.
I've ended up regretting it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. What
Yeah,
about
well-
you, Sarah?
What about me?
Excited to play? Mediocre?
Yeah.
We have a cat whining.
Yeah.
Mostly sort of couch co-op.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I won't be playing it very much coming in the next week or so because Chad will be playing the ever living hell out of it. So
I mean, you can just say, "Hey, asshole, get the fuck off."
I know, but
It's my turn.
there's lots of Steam games I can play too.
Take
so.
the S with you.
You're taking the S.
Yeah, well, this weekend, I mean, I could take the X.
No. You take your
Hey.
S.
Quiet.
Con, are we going to have to pause the podcast and yell at you?
He's a werecat. He wants to play Diablo 4 too.
That's right.
But also, like, I'm actually going to be able to maybe log into Ignite this weekend too.
Ooh.
Because I could not at all week.
Just
Gosh.
too cute, too high a cute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I the only time that so I would check in at like 9:30 just to see, but there was no way I was going to actually play because I'd be tired by then anyway. And I'd still be like between 24 and 33 of like 43 people.
For anyone who doesn't know what Ignite is, Sarah is now a member of the Ignite role-playing server for GTA 5.
Yep.
And will occasionally, at least, eventually be streaming it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
Still sorting that out.
Yes.
yeah. I mean, every time I think I have the setup right,
Yeah.
something decides to say, "No, you don't. Fuck you."
And,
Yeah.
and she even came over here the one day, and we still couldn't
Yeah.
get the fucking thing to work.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna blame 5M.
It did seem to be 5M that was ruining things here because
Yeah.
it's the buzzing started the instant you opened 5M, and
Yeah.
it wasn't any other time.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
anyways,
Mhm.
but if you're confused, that's what we're talking about with Ignite, and
And if you're interested in watching RP2, I have a written article. I haven't published it yet, but it's recommendations of a few different streamers that Chad and I enjoy.
Ooh,
So
nice,
yeah,
nice.
I'll be putting that up this weekend.
We should put them not on the auto host list, but I think you can do like favorite channel,
Recommendations,
recommended
yeah.
channels on
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
We should do that.
Okay.
And what was I gonna say? I'm just Con is annoying us off screen.
Chad took off the slipper.
Chad's gone to threaten Con with a slipper. Oh, that cat whines so goddamn much. RP. I've set up a GTA 5 RP server that runs here,
Mhm.
and it works. Haven't really invited anyone to it or
Yep.
otherwise. Because I still don't know what the hell's going on with it. Like, I mean, it works, but like, I jumped in. It's like, oh, I have nothing. This is just a GTA 5 private server, which is fine. But I'm like, what kind of server should it be? Part of me wants to, and who knows, we'll probably evolve it over time. But I'm like, I don't think too much of our fan base is big into RP. So I'm like, maybe on like the occasional Thursday, I'll get a couple people to like sign in and be like the law enforcement. and then like I want to do like law enforcement versus psychopaths. So like see how many people they can like murder before we catch them, sort of thing. Little things like that I think could be fun.
Yep.
Anyways, I do have one running. Details will follow on Discord, which is a good time to mention if you're new. We have a Discord. Links are below. And if you haven't already, like the video. You've been here for a little while. Surely you can drop us.
You like us a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Except for me.
Yeah, well, I think most of our fans, most of our watchers, if they're gonna hate someone, it's probably me because I'm the most opinionated.
Yeah, but I wear such unique hats.
So you said the Summer Fest.
Yeah, Summer Game Fest. Jeff Keighley's. I'm gonna call this the new E3.
Yeah,
because I feel that when this, and we talked about this before too, when Jeff Keighley started doing this, I felt this took a lot of the thunder that E3 had. They released their schedule of events for June. I fortunately was not smart enough to have it all up in front of me right now, but
I've got it up.
I do.
Okay.
As well. On their actual website, upcoming events, June 8th is kickoff. That's at 3 p.m. At 5, got Dave the Devs. At 6, whoever the hell Volvi is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we won't go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Surely, if you care, you can find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so it's June 8th to 11th.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know anything about, I actually didn't even know this existed. I'll be perfectly honest. So it's June 8th to 11th. It's all digital. There's no physical presence, right? There's no.
I thought they had something that they do live.
Theater, so they might have some sort of seating somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyways, this all looks kind of whatever. The Xbox Game Showcase is part of it.
That, yeah, on June 11th, they are having their Xbox Game Showcase and Starfield Direct.
Yeah, that actually, Starfield Direct, I'm intrigued by Starfield.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No, it wouldn't.
No.
I don't. Go ahead.
Are you intrigued enough to get the nice little Xbox Series X controller, Starfield controller?
No, for two reasons. So actually, Starfield, I might. I probably should know this, but is it an Xbox exclusive, or will I be able to play it on Windows?
I feel like it's on Steam, but let me look it up.
Yes.
Yeah, you look that up, because I would way rather run it on the gaming PC because it's more powerful than the Xbox.
It does look. Oh, Windows,
Yeah,
Microsoft Windows.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I will be playing it there, and I will not be playing it with a controller. I'll be playing it with keyboard and mouse, and probably a joystick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll dig out my Logitech joystick.
Yeah. I will say though, I actually the Starfield controller. I like what they did.
It's cute.
I like how they did it. It's nothing. It's nothing really like flashy. It's not like they made it look like a fucking like the Halo controller, how it has like that. No, this is actually a lot of the graphic and print on the controller is basically like, so your left analog stick, it has thrust up down.
Yeah.
And
it looks a little bit like the sort of text labels you would have on an actual flight console.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They did a pretty good job on that.
So I thought that was interesting way of doing it.
If I was
I'm not going to buy it.
No, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like if it's going to be part of a bundle, I'm sure you can get it separate. I'm sure you can get it separately as well. If you were buying an Xbox to get the game with the controller, cool.
Yeah.
As a special edition controller goes, cool. Would I buy it as a standalone controller? No. Why? Like, why?
Yeah.
It's just the standard white controller with some extra text,
and
on
a
colors.
little like a rainbow
thing around the.
Well,
it almost looks like it almost makes
Starfield colors.
Yeah, and it makes the Xbox button look like a shooting, like a comet. Just
so the weird thing to me is like the Starfield logo is a star of those colors. It's like, why didn't you just put one of those around the Xbox button instead of I don't know, maybe that's something that you see in game a bunch. I don't know.
I don't know. I just seeing it. I didn't think of Starfield initially just because of the rainbow colors.
Well, especially since it's June right now.
And
Yeah.
it's June 2nd
Yeah.
right now as we talk. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's an interesting corporate way of going about that.
Yeah.
And
Like,
then I realized,
Xbox is all about pride and pilots this month.
I thought it was Pride Controller, yeah, which fine.
yeah,
But like,
but
you,
also
you showed it to me and said Starfield, and I'm like, what? Why is that?
yeah.
All right, whatever. Yeah, it's completely inoffensive as far as like a special edition controller goes.
Yeah.
It's just I also wouldn't like the Lunar Shift controller that I got for Danielle. It's pretty. Like
yeah,
it's
I have it
Even
too.
the white
sort of-
one I got,
yeah,
which
Yeah.
is the same thing, just it's
Silver.
silver.
yeah. The whatever it's called.
Because I get my gray hair.
Yeah, it's like cool, like that's just it's bombastic, it's loud, it's different, whereas this is just like, oh, it's a white controller with some stuff on it. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
You can make your own at home with a Sharpie.
I was gonna say
Right?
the same.
But as far as a bundled controller goes, I actually totally support it because I dislike sometimes that they put like really stupid looking controllers, like the Switch bundles where it comes with all the stupid theme stuff, and I'm like, I don't want that. I'll take the game, I'll take the bundle, but
Yeah.
no.
I don't want a Yoshi controller that fuzzy stuff on it or something.
It's weird. But anyways, yeah. So Summer Game Fest. There are a couple of things that are mildly interesting, but I don't know. Like
I'm looking forward to Wholesome Direct because I like the cute little indie games that because it based on the art style. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it feels like there's one curator I follow on Steam, the Wholesome Games or whatever, and it looks like it's pretty much the same art style. So I don't know if it's the same group of people that will be directing this, but they usually recommend games that I really like. So
yeah. Well, and there's also like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure there will be lots of great info and things showing off during. It's just, I don't know. I'm not going to tune into any of them live. I might tune into the Starfield Direct live, but the rest of it's like I'll watch it on YouTube.
yeah,
and depending on whatever's announced, like if I'll read an article about it on whatever website or see a tweet about it, and then I'll just look into it.
Yeah, which I think is probably the majority of people. But let us know. I am actually legitimately curious how many people do tune into this sort of thing live. I mean, presumably enough that they keep doing them.
I think it would depend on the hype. Like,
yeah,
usually, I know sometimes when console manufacturers are going to announce a new piece of hardware, that's when a lot of people would be like, ooh.
Yeah, well, those are kind of special.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know the Game Awards, quite a few people tuned into that. Although I think part of that was that they were giving away Steam Decks.
Steam Deck,
yeah, we watched the entire thing.
That's
I don't
right.
regret it though. There was a lot of really cool trailers.
Yeah. So I have generally the same thought about that kind of stuff as I do about the PlayStation Showcase, which is like, it's cool. I don't mind it. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not interested in all of these.
No.
So I'll watch them on YouTube later. Now,
Yeah.
if you're going to give me a chance to win a Steam Deck for watching, then
Yeah, I'll sit there in
okay,
a couple
maybe
hours.
We're talking.
Yeah, it's funny talking about controllers too, because Nintendo just announced that they're finally expanding their colors to these 4 like pastel colors. They're very light, like a violet, teal, pink, and a sun yellow.
So hey, like good on them. Like more colors, awesome. More color choice is rarely a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like, that's your announcement. Like, I'm sorry.
That's it. Nintendo wins.
Like, I'm obviously not the target audience for this, but like, come on, that's your announcement. There's not even like any hardware or game, or it's just, oh, we made some new colors.
Yeah.
Great. Good for you. Like, whatever. I don't know, it's fine to do it. It's just, I don't know why they're trying to make a big deal of it. I'm sure I'm just an idiot here. And there's lots of people who are like, no, this is a huge deal. I've been waiting for this. Or I don't know. Right. I mean, people get super uppity about like iPhone colors and stuff too. When they did like the iPod Touch colors and stuff, people were like, oh my God. So presumably.
I've only ever got like black phones.
I mean, I
Okay.
like having the option. I just don't like
Not gonna
if Apple
lose your
announced
mind.
tomorrow that there was a new blue iPhone, I'm not going to be like,
I almost got a purple 14 Pro Max. Almost
Yeah,
got a purple
almost.
one, but it was too light of a purple.
Also, you'd cover it with a case anyway.
I'd cover
There's
it with
that.
a case anyway, which I did.
So there'd be no point.
Sorry, you were saying something.
No, I was gonna say, like, even the past, like, so when they have the special edition Switches for
Zelda.
like, well, in Animal Crossing and
Yeah,
stuff, it's
yeah.
still similar colors anyway. Like, it's just the individual colored Joy-Cons, I feel like, is not as interesting even as special edition skins on the actual overall thing.
Yeah, I agree. And actually, this is probably partly because I don't use my Switch a lot, and partly because I don't do a lot of like 4-player stuff with the Switch. But for me, at least, I went for the gray
Yeah.
Joy-Cons. I didn't even go for like the blue and red one, which was like the classic sort of option,
Hmm.
because I was like, I want it to match, and I want it to just like I don't want my handheld, like I'm a bit the same way. Like, I'm a basic bitch in terms of controllers, like even the Lunar Shift or whatever it is that or Stellar Shift, is it? I
Yeah,
don't
it's Stellar
It's
Shift
Stellar,
because
yours
Chad's
is
is
Yeah,
Lunar
I
Lunar.
have
Shift.
Lunar
Yeah.
Shift, yeah.
That one I would do, but like the purpley one that I got Danielle,
Mhm.
like I'm like, I just want my controller to be black or white, and like that's it.
Yeah.
Just, it's a controller. I'm not going to spend a lot of time looking at it.
I think
Mhm.
that's fair because there's a lot of controllers, and I think we saw like a glowy one or something, and Chad pointed out. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really cool, but also I'm not staring at my hands when I'm playing.
No, first thing I did when I got the PS4 was turn off the fucking, like, GTA 5 was the first game I think I played on the PS4, or maybe it's the first one that I noticed. But
The light.
as soon as it did that like cop light where it's going blue and red, I'm like, I'm turning that off right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's a controller. It's not like
No.
that's just distracting.
I don't even notice it half the time. I know one time I was holding the controller talking to Chad, and I think it was when I was playing probably Saints Row or something, and I just moved it like that, and I'm like, oh, it's the purple from Saints Row.
Yeah, so when it just does a normal low level color, I don't mind that, because that just tells you sort of which controller it is and possibly what game you're playing. That's fine. But when it like cranks up the brightness, I'm like, no.
Yeah, I just don't get the color. Period.
Well, so the reason they put the color in the first place was primarily so that if you're playing with 4 players, the color on the front of your controller will match the ring around your character.
Oh,
Yeah.
So like if you were playing
that makes sense.
Diablo 3, for instance,
Yeah.
each controller will map to the color of the player ring around their character, so that you don't have to guess who you are. You can
makes
just,
sense.
I'm blue. Great. And that's fine. That's
Dabba
a good
dabba
idea.
die.
At the same time, that could have been accomplished with a light this big.
It could have been accomplished the same way that the lights on the Xbox controllers are, where it's
Right.
just a light around the symbol.
Yeah, they went a little overboard.
A little bit, yeah.
Sorry, Chad, I totally missed your joke.
Oh,
He was singing in blue.
dabba
Oh,
Yes.
I got you.
You know what also freaks me out though, and it surprised me every single time that happens, is the speakers in the controllers.
I don't like that.
When it makes a noise and you're not expecting it, you're just like, what the fuck is this?
So there's 2 reasons I don't like it. First, that you're exactly right.
Yeah.
And 2, like, Apple has proven that you can put a good speaker in a handheld device, like a really good speaker. Sony, what the fuck? That is the worst fucking speaker. It
Yeah.
sounds like a Motorola phone from the 70s.
Yeah.
Not the 70s, but,
But yeah,
which kind of works though, because in GTA 5, that's where you would hear people. If somebody called you in game, that's where you'd hear the audio come from, as your controller.
yeah, there are things it works well
Yeah.
for, but you can accomplish that even with a good speaker.
But-
Yeah.
so it was funny when we were testing to see if we could play GTA Online
Mhm.
on different consoles, which
cross-platform.
crossplay, which
You
it doesn't,
can't,
which is
yeah.
annoying. So, but
And actually, just to clarify, crossplay here, it was a PS4 and a PS5,
Yeah.
which you can't do, which is stupid.
yes, very. But I had plugged in on the PS Pro and just fired up the game and played through the first little bit, like through the intro and into the first part. And I just had it plugged into one of the PC monitors, so it didn't have any speakers at all.
Mm.
So at a part where a phone call comes in, the talker on the other end of the phone was coming through the controller,
Yep.
couldn't hear my half of the conversation, which was really bizarre.
Nice.
Yeah, I was just like, this is useless as hell.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like I support trying those things, but they kind of missed on all of that. But the PS5 controller I think is great.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
Yeah.
better.
That's good.
But yeah, no. So anyways, we did a whole episode on controllers. We
Yeah,
don't need
yeah,
to
we
go
don't
down
need to talk about
that
it
rabbit
anymore.
hole again. But yeah, the Starfield controller looks cool.
Yeah.
It's just we're not. No,
Mhm.
I'd be surprised if very many people go out and buy it specifically. Part of a bundle, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little jumping ship here. I'm a little disappointed with Sony's PlayStation Plus games for June. I mean, it's great if you're a basketball fan. NBA 2K23 will be one of your games. Jurassic World Evolution 2 is going to be a freebie this month. And,
There will be people that care about that.
Yeah, and well,
Me, I like
yeah.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Trek to Yomi was one that I was interested in until it got completely horrible reviews and made me completely skeptical of it. It's a 2D samurai kind of hack and slash game, but it's all like black and white, kind of like this permanent Kurosawa mode.
Yeah.
Now that it's free, I'm going to give it a try.
Cool.
So
Cool. I always wonder about the sports games when they do them as part of the like PS Plus and stuff.
Mhm.
It's fair because like you can actually download them and keep them, but I'm like, if you're big into sports games, I feel like you already have it.
yeah,
Could be wrong,
Yeah.
but like most of the people that I know that are super into sports games, like they get them when they come out. That's
Yeah.
like that's their thing. When the next NBA game comes out or whatever, they get it. It's pre-ordered or whatever. So it's a little weird, but I suppose it makes sense for like friends who you want to play with that don't want to buy the game and a bunch of other stuff. So like it's fair.
I think it almost can work as a sales tactic where you get someone that's kind of like, yeah, I don't know, it's free, I'll try it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I like this. I
Yeah.
actually like this. And then they buy the next one that comes out.
and force all their friends to buy it too.
Yes.
Because that does happen.
well,
Yeah.
hopefully the friends are on Xbox because man, Game Pass has like all
What?
of the sports games.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you care about sports games,
like geez, man, and it like
So many.
a lot because EA Play is a part of Game Pass. So
Yeah.
like the latest NHL, Madden,
A
they're all
whole
on
bunch.
there. Like it's so.
Yeah.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Yay.
Yay.
You know what game is coming out though in August?
Star Trek. No.
Actually, there was-
WrestleQuest.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
WrestleQuest. That looks silly and looks like something Chad's going to play.
Yeah.
Probably.
yeah. I like the look of it. It kind of reminds me of
Soccer story.
yeah, Soccer Story. I love too that the Macho Man Randy Savage is so prominently displayed in the advertisements of the game.
Yeah,
and stuff,
there's
so-
a Jake the Snake character
Yeah.
type as well, and then
Yeah,
Andre.
this looks cool. I'm probably gonna look into this. I think it's on early access right now on Steam. Actually,
Oh, nice.
I do believe.
Let's have a look.
But
Steam.
yeah, I'm gonna check this out. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I've always been a huge wrestling fan. I remember growing up and
It's got a demo on.
oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Growing up, me and my buddy Jim were always playing with the freaking wrestlers or going to shows and yeah. So this would be cool to play through this.
Yeah.
As long it, I don't know, man. Diablo 4 is going to be taking a lot of my time now.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's a good thing this doesn't come out till August.
that's true, and I'll be hopefully when I'll be able to finish some of the other games I started because holy shit, I talked about Convergence last week, that League of Legends story game. That's kind of Metroidvania 2D platformer. That's really really good, nice colorful style. I'm gonna stop playing that right now.
There's
So-
lots of swearing in the house when that game is played.
Yeah, but
Isn't that the way?
yeah. So I don't know. There's something about this 2D pixel art style. I'm so drawn to it. Like it just
I like that. Yeah, I like that style. I just finished Cat Quest 1.
Yeah.
I played through that and I started Cat Quest 2, but I think I jumped the gun a little bit getting into Cat Quest 2 because I played for 20 minutes and I was like, I'm kind of bored of this. And I don't think I think mechanically it's a better game than 1, but I think I was just
You needed a break.
I needed
Yeah.
a break. Yeah. So I'm going to shelve it for a week and come back to it. I actually had borrowed it from your Steam library, and
perfect.
then you signed in or whatever, and it kicked me out. And I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it. So that was good.
Well, to be fair, I had to do that when I beat Cat Quest 1. I waited before I started playing Cat Quest 2.
Yeah, they're very similar. Like mechanics, there's a bunch of like improved mechanics in 2, but like they're very similar games. So it's pretty like down to the spells and everything are like the same. Like
the big draw is just to be able to play co-op.
Yeah, well, and having the ability to have like a mage and a melee at the same time. Like I think it's a better game, but I was a little cat quested out at that exact moment. But it was a good game to play on the Steam Deck. I enjoyed it.
You can find Pound Town in Cat Quest 2.
That's true.
Like literally.
Yep.
There's a place called Pound Town.
Yep.
I found the secret bush and did the willpower quest in Cat Quest 1 and got the crazy weapon. I don't know if you guys did that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I also beat The Siege.
Yeah.
That was the game that I picked up when I rage quit Mass Effect 3, so I finished that.
Nice.
And I haven't played a lot. Played Letter Jam with my brother and his wife a little while ago. It's still a great game.
Yeah.
Still fun.
Today I bought oh my god, my brain just stopped. Sorry, ignore me. I'll come back.
Buffering.
We played some Flux after the podcast last week.
Yeah.
These two had never played
fun.
Flux.
That game was really fun.
You know, I recommend it wholeheartedly. Like I think
they're all there. Yeah.
There's a bunch of different themes. So like this one's Monty Python Flux. And there's like I've got Star Flux and Pirate Flux and Cthulhu Flux, and I've probably got some other ones in the cupboard. They're cheap. They're I don't know $10 or something for a game, and you can literally teach it in like a minute.
I do appreciate that they're all standalone too, because there's a Wizard of Oz one. I'm obsessed with Wizard of Oz. The only reason I've never bought the Wizard of Oz one is because I thought it was like an expansion.
Yeah. No, they're all standalone. You can play with multiple, like you can mix them. I don't, because then you have to unmix them at some point. But you absolutely can play with two sets. But yeah, they're all standalone. They're great. I like them. I recommend them all the time to people. I'm like, for a game that you can just kind of throw in a knapsack and just have, it's a great one.
Hell yeah.
Another game we're going to be playing, but I forgot to bring it today, and I bought it today because I wanted to play it, and it was the last one at Walmart. Doomlings. I keep on getting advertisements. I've been getting it for like a month or not a month, like a year, basically on Instagram.
Oh,
yes.
All right.
It's a very cute little game.
I'm on board. I just realized, unrelated to anything. Well, not unrelated to anything, but I just realized that Star Flux and Pirate Flux are both ages 8+, and then Cthulhu Plus is 13+.
Yeah.
Because the Cthulhu Plus is more
spooky.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
So is Monty Python. It's 13+ as well.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, Monty Python. That's probably appropriate.
That's appropriate.
So on the board game front, because I feel like we haven't talked about board games very much. I have been doing a bunch of work to get us so that we can play board games, both filmed properly and streamed potentially. And one of the last pieces of the puzzle was I had to write an iPhone app to do wireless camera so that it hooks up to vMix. And I got that done. That's all working. It's working well. And so couple more minor housekeeping things to do. And then I think we're in business. So very soon on the channel, we should be able to start playing some board games. And at the very least, film and release some videos and probably stream some stuff as well.
Yeah.
So you who are still here after 45 minutes.
It's about 50. I
started fair enough. Super fan. Let us know in the comments or on Discord. What games would you like to see us play? And would you be more interested in us just kicking back and playing a board game and like chatting with Twitch chat, or would
no filter,
or would you be more interested in like how to play or like quick look type stuff? Like what kind of board game stuff are you interested in? And for the love of God, don't say all of it, because then I will say that's not helpful.
Yes, because it's not helpful.
Which one would you like to see most?
Yes.
Yeah, like we played Ticket to Ride. It was the first time playing Ticket
Yeah, you
for
guys-
us anyway.
yeah,
It was our
you
first
did.
time playing that last week, and that was really fun. That was a really fun game.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I got to play Power Grid with my buddy Aaron. I think I mentioned it on the last
Yeah.
podcast, but I got to play that. I hadn't played it in a while.
Yeah.
I love board games, and
I got
and-
busted for cheating right away on Ticket to Ride
That's right.
because I didn't pay
Unintentionally.
I didn't. Yeah, unintentionally. Like I kind of misheard the rule about how all your cards had to be the same color.
Yeah, it's easy to miss.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I've been working on, just to give you sort of an update of stuff that's happening behind the scenes, I am this close to getting a remote setup for Dungeons and Dragons going, which I don't have specific plans around how that's going to be presented to the world. For a long time, I've struggled how to like film a D&D game that's engaging but includes remote players, because it's never as good as being at the table,
Mhm.
as we know.
Yes.
But I think I'm close, and I don't know how that's going to be presented to the world. I might do some streaming, definitely do some like recording and posting stuff. Again, if you're interested in that, let me know what kind of stuff you're interested in, because that will help me gauge what I should be working on most.
Mhm.
That is coming up. So please do board games and D&D both. If you're interested in them, let me know. Also, if you're not interested at all, feel free to say no. You can
More
just
video game stuff.
you can just comment no. Yeah. Well, I know a bunch of people aren't that interested in video game stuff. Although, I mean, it's hard not to be interested in any video game stuff.
Yeah.
Anyone who says they're not interested in video games, full stop, I'm like, you just haven't played very many video
Yeah.
games.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
impossible to hate all video games.
I mean, if you play a game on your phone, technically you like
Right.
a video game.
yeah. So,
Well,
That's
or-
true.
At least are playing it. You might not like it. You might hate play it.
I mean, in fairness, I hate Candy Crush, and I've played it more than a few times.
Yep.
I found myself going back and just grabbing the Nintendo Switch and going onto the Game Boy online
Sure.
and just playing Tetris.
I've been playing the NES Classic a bunch.
Yeah.
Actually, that's when I'm going to start streaming some next week, and we're still figuring out exactly how we want to set up all the whole streaming stuff, channel wise and everything. But I think when I do some streaming next week, I'm probably going to at least start with the NES Classic stuff. So
Cool.
because then you get to watch me rage out and panic. What could be more fun?
Yay.
Yeah.
Right on.
So you think we're
I
kind
think
of at
we're
time then, eh?
pretty much there.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we'll bid everybody a fond farewell.
I gotta go play some more Diablo. So I mean,
Yeah,
I got-
Chad's you're
Yeah.
excused.
Yeah.
Chad.
I'll see you Monday.
all right. Have a good weekend.
See you Monday if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Don't forget to lock the door.
Thanks so much for hanging out. Do give us a like, a subscription if you're into it, and do comment. We actually, I know I haven't responded to all the comments. I do read. We all read all
read
of them.
Yeah.
And so please do let us know what you want to see more of, possibly what you want to see less of. No guarantees we'll do that, but we'll catch you on the next one.
I forgot my phone.
Cheers.
Bye.